The purpose of the 2023 Los Angeles Regional Lead Summit, hosted by Painted Brain, is to uplift the lived experience by having conversations about what is working and what isn't working in the current mental health system from a peer perspective. These conversations will be shared at the California State Conference with peers throughout the state to see where what is working and what isn't working overlap. The feedback will be used to support the advocacy initiatives at the June 2023 California Lead Conference in Sacramento, hosted by the California Association of Mental Health Peer-Run Organizations, CAMHPRO. My name is Tristan Scremin, and today I will be conversing with today's storyteller about their lived experiences with the mental health system. Let's lead the way by using our peer voice for advocacy. So welcome and thank you for agreeing to share your lived experience with us all. Can you tell us your name, your pronouns, and how you identify?
Hi, I'm Serenity Indra-Laval, and my pronouns are mother, she, and her. I am an advocate, peer, and a CAMHPRO State Hospital and suicide survivor.
Excellent. Welcome.
Thank you.
Our first question is, considering your lived experience, what do you think is working in the current mental health system? Share times where you felt the interaction with the mental health system supported or was helpful, where you have reached out for care support and resources in your recovery journey. So what is working with the current system?
For me, what's working is empathy versus sympathy and pity. That's where peer support comes in, where I finally found my voice because I was locked up as a teenager and as a child, was when I found peer support communities like CAN in Santa Cruz, the Mental Health Action Network, NAMI, and intentional peer support when I took that certification about 6 years ago. And also being heard by psychiatrists that I did not want to be forced into taking medication. And and spiritual and compassionate wellness.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Considering your lived experience, what do you think is not working in the current mental health system? Share times when you felt like your interaction with the mental health system did not support you or was harmful to where you received services, support, and your recovery journey. What is not working in the current mental health system?
What I've experienced is not working is 5150 criteria. It's either too little or too much. When you really desperately need help, you're not hospitalized. I haven't been hospitalized in over 7 years. When you express suicidal ideation, which somebody like me, I'm bipolar, and that's part of my diagnosis and my disease, I'm threatened to be going to be locked up. I'm threatened with forced medication, noncompliance, and I'm scared to go into the mental health system because of that, which I haven't been in the mental health system in about 3 or 4 years. So holding people against their will and conservatorship, which I was conserved as a teenager, is extremely detrimental and harmful to people. And living off SSI, which I do. I was diagnosed as a teenager, and I've been disabled prior to being 18, even though I've worked in and out of mental health. I was a CNA. You can't live off that. It's very, very hard, and more grief and support. Bereavement services. My daughter died 5 years ago from cancer, and it's very, very hard to find that, or they don't call you back. So all of these things kind of weigh in on what's working and what's not working.
Thank you for sharing. For our closing question, and in 60 seconds, what is one thing that you hope people will leave with here today? What's the one thing that you hope people, when they come to this conference or they hear you speaking, what's the one thing you hope they will leave with?
To feel empowered. Our power is taken away when we're locked up. Our power is taken away when we're stigmatized and diagnosed as being mentally ill. We're considered crazy. We're scared to reveal that in workplaces unless it's a peer support type situation. So, and the spirit of advocacy to talk, storytelling, to gather people together, even out on the streets. You know, you see somebody going through a manic episode or schizophrenic and hearing voices, you know, to empathize with them and say, hey, I can relate. That's really, really important to feel human. It's about power, taking our power back, because when we've been diagnosed with mental illness, our power is taken away because people are then making decisions for us. And it's very difficult. And we don't want to be scared anymore to say, hey, I'm bipolar, or it used to be manic depression when I was diagnosed as a kid, or schizophrenic, or borderline personality, which I have, PTSD. We shouldn't be scared anymore and stigmatized.
Thank you for your time and sharing your lived experience as form of advocacy here at the 2023 Los Angeles Regional Lead Summit.